What if I told you that right now, while your garden looks frozen, your plants might actually be growing stronger underground and most people have no idea it's happening? Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the truth. In Zone 5, November isn't the end of gardening. It's the month that quietly decides how successful your next spring will be. And guess what? Most beginners completely miss this window. They pack up their tools, cover their beds, and walk away just when nature is about to do something amazing. But not you. Because today, we're diving deep into your Zone 5 November gardening guide, your complete plan to keep your garden thriving even through frost and snow. You'll discover which cold hardy vegetables still grow, which bulbs to plant for colorful spring blooms, and how to protect your soil from freezing so it stays alive all winter long. And somewhere in this video, I'm going to reveal one small but powerful trick that experienced gardeners use, something that can double your harvest next year. But first, let's talk about what's still growing when everything looks dead. Stay with me, because this part might just change the way you see winter gardening forever. If you live in a Zone 5 area, maybe Ohio, Illinois, or upstate New York, you've already seen that first hard frost. Your tomato plants are gone, the peppers look sad, and it feels like the end of the road. But here's the surprise, your garden isn't done. It's just changing gears. Underneath the surface, your soil is alive. Microbes, earthworms, and roots are still busy, even in the cold. This is the time when your cold, hardy vegetables shine. Plants like kale, spinach, onions, and garlic that don't just survive frost, they thrive in it. Here's a fun fact: when spinach or kale gets kissed by frost, it actually becomes sweeter. The cold triggers a natural sugar response in the leaves, making them taste better than ever. So if you've ever thought winter greens are bitter, that's probably because you've never tried a frost-grown leaf. Now, here's a quick question. What's one thing you can plant right now that will reward you with giant, beautiful bulbs next summer? The answer is garlic. Garlic loves cold soil. It needs winter's chill to form healthy cloves. If you plant it now, it settles in quietly and wakes up strong when spring hits. Just separate the cloves, plant them a couple of inches deep, pointy side up, and cover them with mulch. But we're not done yet, because the biggest secret to winter gardening success isn't about what you plant. It's about how you protect what you've planted. Let's talk about planting, because even though it's cold, Zone 5 gardeners still have options. Start with spinach. It's tough, reliable, and if you plant it now, it will germinate slowly, then take off like magic in early spring. You can also sow winter lettuce varieties like Winter Density or Merveille des Quatre Saisons. Just cover them lightly with straw, and they'll rest safely through the cold months. Next, we've got kale, the superhero of the winter garden. Curly Kyle, Russian kale, and even lacinato, also called dinosaur kale, can handle temperatures as low as 10 Fahrenheit. In fact, kale under snow often looks fresher than Kyle in summer heat. You can also put in green onions and shallots, perfect for overwintering. Plant them now, mulch them, and they'll pop up early in spring, giving you the first taste of fresh greens before anything else. And don't forget spring bulbs, tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, crocuses. They need the cold period of winter to bloom beautifully in spring. So dig them in about 6 inches deep, water once, and let them rest. By April, your garden will burst with color while your neighbors' yards are still gray. There's one hidden mistake that destroys most Zone 5 gardens every winter. It's not skipping mulch, not pests, not frost. It's timing. The wrong timing can ruin months of effort. Let's talk about that next, because getting this wrong could mean you'll be starting from zero in spring. So here's the thing about timing. It's the invisible secret behind every successful Zone 5 garden. If you cover your soil too early, you trap heat-loving pests under the mulch. If you wait too long, the frost will have already damaged your soil's microbial life. The sweet spot? Usually, mid to late November, right after your first deep frost, but before the ground turns rock hard. Now, let's talk about mulch, because this is the real hero of your garden survival story. Imagine your garden bed as a sleeping child. Mulch is the blanket that keeps it warm. Straw, shredded leaves, pine needles, or even compost, all of these help insulate the soil, hold moisture, and prevent nutrient loss. A 3 to 4 inch layer is perfect. Too much and you risk suffocating your soil? Too little and frost still sneaks in? And let's not forget frost covers. These thin, breathable fabrics act like mini greenhouses. They can protect your spinach pile or even your garlic shoots from sudden cold snaps. You can find them cheaply online or at local hardware stores. Something most gardeners never think about: soil freezing from below. Yes, from below. When the top layer freezes too fast, moisture gets trapped and ice crystals expand, damaging root systems. The solution? Keep your soil slightly moist before heavy frosts hit. Moist soil freezes slower than dry soil. Simple, but game-changing. And here's the part most beginners never believe: the soil never really dies. Even when frozen, microscopic life keeps working. Your job isn't to fight winter. It's to help your garden work with it. Now that your soil is protected and your beds are mulched, you might think you're done. But here's where the best gardeners separate themselves. There's one thing you can do in winter that 90% of gardeners skip, and it gives you a massive head start when spring arrives. It's called garden mapping. While your beds are resting, take a few minutes to plan your spring layout. Note where you planted garlic, bulbs, or greens. Use small flags or markers so you don't dig them up accidentally next year. Next, give your tools some attention. Clean off dirt, sharpen blades, oil your pruners, and store everything dry. It's such a small step, but it saves money and time in the spring. Also, don't ignore your compost pile. Cover it with straw or a tarp to lock in heat. Even in cold months, microbes continue breaking down waste, slowly turning it into black gold for your spring planting beds. And here's a bonus secret: if you've got potted perennials, push the pots close together and wrap them in burlap or straw. It keeps their roots insulated so they survive winter without damage. You see, winter prep isn't about shutting down the garden, it's about setting it up for success. The stronger your soil health and root systems stay through winter, the faster your garden rebounds in spring. So now you know November in Zone 5 isn't the end of gardening. It's the hidden beginning of your next growing season. With cold, hardy vegetables like garlic, kale, spinach, and onions, with bulbs tucked safely under the soil, and with the right mulch and frost protection, your garden won't just survive, it'll thrive. Every action you take now is a promise to your future self. Greener leaves, bigger blooms, and richer soil. If you found even one tip helpful, hit that like button and share this video with your gardening friends. Drop a comment telling me which cold, hardy crop you're planting this November. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, subscribe for more beginner-friendly Zone 5 gardening tips, because winter may look quiet, but your garden is just getting started.